In the earlier videos, we have given a detailed explanation of Holy Kurbana. The link for those videos is given in the description below. Please do watch it if you haven't yet. Today in this video, I am here to explain about a holy matrimony service. Marriage is a sacrament of mutual love between two persons. Just as God blessed the first family, commanding Adam and Eve to be fruitful and multiply, so the church gives a blessing to the union of man and woman. Christ the bridegroom has sacrificingly and lovingly chosen the church to be his bride. Ephesians chapter 5 verses 25 to 27. So we consider Christ as the bridegroom and church as his bride. The order of holy matrimonies and the ceremony of crowning used by a church was compiled, arranged and revised by St. James of Edessa 708 AD and other doctors of the Holy Church who have received it from the holy ancient tradition of the Apostolic Church. The marriage service is divided into two parts. The preliminary part is the office of the betrothal, that is the blessing of the rings, and the second part is the office of the crowning, that is the blessing of the crowns. The first part, blessing of the rings. The blessing and placing of the rings by the priest is an outward sign that the two partners join in marriage as a submission before God by their own free will and consent. The ring is a symbol of contract placed on the bride and the groom by the priest representing God and the church. It recalls the act of Isaac putting gold ornaments on Rebekah. The first part of the marriage service begins with the opening prayer followed by the Eniono, which refers to the meditative songs. ധന്യൻ വിൺമൺവാസികളെ സന്തോഷിപ്പിച്ചോൻ ഭക്തർ കരുളുക കരുണാബ്ദേ സന്തോഷം. This hymn symbolizes the asking of the heavenly bridegroom who has betrothed the church to himself and crowned her with his truth to bless the rings which the priest gives in your holy name. A prayer asking God to unite our children who have come closer to each other, that they love and accept each other cheerfully, follows the hymn. Next, we have the Kukilion, a hymn from the Psalms. നൽകുക നന്മൊഴി മാനസമേ ഹല്ലേലൂയ സേവിക്കും ജ്ഞാനരചനയെന്നുര ചെയ്യും. This song is taken from Psalms 45. This is chanted followed by an ekbo, a concluding prayer. ഉപമകളാൽ ശ്ലേമോൻ ചൊന്നാനേവം ചാരുമുഖി പാരം നീ ശ്ലാഘിക്കും നിൻ പ്രിയനേതൻ. It represents a quotation from Solomon's Song of Songs from the Old Testament. Solomon, speaking in parable, said, "Who is your beloved one, of whom you are so proud, O fair one? My beloved was chosen from the fair multitude of myriads, whose vineyard is the church. He is whiter than the wine of Jacob, and ruddier than the oil of Nardin, and higher than the cedars of Lebanon." This is followed by a Husoyo, a petition prayer, in which the priest glorifies the heavenly bridegroom who betrothed to himself. Then the priest asks the Lord to bless the rings that we hold, that they may be for the confirmation of betrothal to those who receive them. This is followed by a hymn. പതിവൃതയാം പരിഭാവന സഭയെ വാനോൻ കാന്തൻ വിട്ടൊരു നേരം. This hymn explains that the sacred and clean holy church was betrothed to Aslo Shamyono, the heavenly bride. It also tells that the Lord commissioned Simon to keep the house, that is the church, safe, and John to the gospel. Then we have the Ethro, the prayer with the incense, followed by the prayer of the blessing of the rings. This prayer recalls the Old Testament patriarchs. This is the ring by which Sarah was betrothed to Abraham, Rebekah to Isaac, and Rachel to Jacob. The celebrant makes the sign of the cross on the ring, chanting, "Bless my Lord, this betrothal of our daughter, the name of the bride, to our son, the name of the groom." The rings are then blessed ceremoniously, the celebrant waving his right hand over the rings. The priest then proceeds to put the rings on the fingers of the bridegroom and the bride. It can be found in the older manuscripts of the service, which read, "Receive this ring of your betrothal from the hands of the revered priest, as if it comes from the hands of the holy apostles." This is followed by a hymn. സഭയാം തിരുസഭയാം ഞാൻ അത്യുന്നതനുടെ മണവാട്ടി. It is an impressive song addressed to the church, the bride of the Lord. It brings out glory and beauty of the church. We conclude the blessing of the rings with the Utomo, the closing prayer. The second part, blessing of the crowns. The second part of the service is the blessing of the crowns and the ceremony of coronation. On the heads of the bridegroom and the bride, the priest places crowns. Here, gold chains with cross are used. This is followed by the tying of the tali, the minne, an Indian custom incorporated in the churches of South India. The minne is a small gold pendant stylized as a heart with a cross on it. This is placed on a thread made of interweaving 7 threads of the mandrakodi, the bridal sari given by the groom's family. The thread with the minne on it is tied around the bride's neck by the groom. This is a symbolic act signifying the lifelong, inseparable bond established in marriage. The placing of the mandrakodi upon the bride's head symbolizes Rebecca, who took a veil and covered herself when she first saw Isaac. The same structure of the previous order follows even here, starting with the opening prayer and then the hymn, "ആദിമനീതിജ്ഞരെ വാഴ്ത്തിയ ദൈവം തൻ ബഹുകൃപയാൽ ഈ ദാസരെ വാഴ്ത്തട്ടെ ദേവാ ദയ ചെയ്തിടണമേ." It asks for God's blessings to the entire assembly, so as he blessed Eve along with Adam, Sarah along with Abraham, Rivka along with Isaac, and Rachel along with Jacob. It is followed by the Kuklion, "Mudikyatte param nada, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, നിൻ ശക്തിയിലും രക്ഷയിലും നൃപതി," which is concluded by the Egbo, "മണവറയെ മേൽ സ്വർഗത്തിൽ സഭയെ നീ കാന്തൻ സ്ഥാപിച്ചാൻ." It explains that the crown of glory is set down on his head and the blessed church is seated high up above. Next, we have the Husoyo prayer, followed by the hymn, "സുന്ദരികളിൽ അതിസുന്ദരി നീ ജാതികളിൻ സൂനു നൃപതി ശലോമോൻ വിമല സഭേ നിന്നെ ലാലിപ്പൂ." This is another song where we praise the beauty of holy and blessed church. After this, we have a reading from the Ephesians chapter 5 verses 21 to 23, followed by the Holy Gospel reading from St. Matthew chapter 19 verses 1 to 12, placing the holy book above the heads of the bride and the groom. The impressive crowning ceremony follows the readings. A deacon holds the crown while the celebrant recites a prayer over them and blesses them, waving his right hand over the crowns. The celebrant waves the crowns ceremoniously 3 times in the likeness of the cross above the head of the bridegroom, chanting, "വാനിന്നുടയോൻ കയ്യാൽ മകുടം ഘോഷമിറങ്ങുന്നു മണവാളനെയാ ചാര്യൻ അണിയിക്കും മകുടം രമ്യം." After each time, the deacons chant a response, the last of which is, "The bridegroom is like the sun, the bride is like the moon. The wedding symbolizes the dawn which gladdens the earth." The celebrant performs the same above the head of the bride. In turn, the deacons chant, Let the bridegroom and bride rejoice today because their noble desires have been fulfilled in divine providence. In accordance with the ancient tradition, the bridegroom ties the minna around the bride's neck. Then the mandrakodi is put on the bride's head. Meanwhile, the following hymn is sung. Shubha chinnam tan shliba Vijaya kodidan shliba Namme rekshi chidum Shlibayil pugarum nunyan. This song specifies the importance of the cross in the minna. After this, we have a prayer for the bridegroom and the bride, followed by the hymn Idan Thotam Natone Niyanan Yuvamanavalan Ninthothathinen Perkai Vishichiduga Kulirthennal. This song emphasizes that the bride and the bridegroom are bonded together by the cross, and it also explains that the family should live in faith and not go far from the Lord. The service is concluded by the Lord's Prayer, the Nicene Creed, and the Theotokos of St. Mary. Our sacrament of marriage is a beautiful service with a blend of biblical traditions and practices of the early church in Palestine and Syria. Thank you for patiently watching this video. Do like our videos and give your comments below. For more videos, subscribe to our channel and click the bell button for further updates. Thank you.